All right. Hello, my friends. Welcome to another live training. Today, I'm going to talk about time and the shortage of it. My name is David A. Bettis. And first off, thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to be able to share this with you and the things that we are doing each and every day to help improve and promote the tax industry, tax professionals like yourself who want to grow and scale, because we know that it's more than just taxes. It's a business, and businesses, the purpose of a business is a force for good. It's to do good in the world, to produce revenue. That revenue trickles down to the owners, to the tax pros, to the people of the world, and then that money becomes good, right? It becomes a force for good. It feeds families, it pushes good into communities, it supports the churches, it does all the great things that you want to do with it. So today we're going to talk about the shortage of time. So let's get up to PowerPoint here if we can. Great. Let's go up to the next slide, please, for me. Now, next slide, one more, right? So my name is David A. Bettis once again, and I am a tax professional just like you. Actually, I've been in the business going on 15 years, 14 years, going on 15 years. And over the course of this last 15 or 14 years, I've had the honor and privilege of running multiple locations, doing thousands of tax returns, serving thousands of customers, and having to go through a lot of pain. I mean, honest truth is a lot of winning and a lot of pain. A lot of that pain came from me making tons of mistakes, doing the wrong things. And I don't mean in the taxes. I mean hiring the wrong people, bringing the wrong people on my team, picking the wrong location, choosing the wrong software, going through the pains and the motions of being in the trenches. And today I don't do any tax returns. I don't actually participate actively in that type of business. What I really do is I help tax business owners avoid the struggles, the challenges that I have gone through. So let's go to the next slide for me, please. All right, so here's the shortage of time and how to get more of it, right? First off, let me see if I can control it here, because I feel like I'm just going to keep talking. There you go. So we all know, just to be clear, that there is a shortage of time, and all of us have the same amount of time. One of the statements I learned from one of my mentors earlier, and it's powerful. It's no disrespect to anybody, but the billionaire and the beggar all have 24, or both have 24 hours of time. And our belief here every single day is that the time, how we use it, what we do with it, is so valuable. And if we don't get that, then what happens is, we are pressed for it. So how many of us have been pressed for time, right? Where we are pressed for time. And that literally means like a race against the clock, right? So we think about being pressed for time like a client, for an example, asking us to get something done by a deadline. Today is the deadline for S Corps and multi-member LLCs, right? Today is a deadline for those two things. And because of the multi-member LLC and the S Corp deadline, most clients are like, hey, can you help me? Hey, I don't have anybody to do it. And they're all pressing on your time. And so many of them are coming to you right now asking for those extensions or to file. So we all know people press on our time. And because of that press on our time, what does that mean? It really means that we have a shortage of time, because we only have so much time to give to our customers, right? So why is it, just to be clear, why is it that many of us give our time to them, but we don't give time to ourselves, right? You ever thought about that? You see, I believe that most of us would rather give away things than to take things. Most of us would rather be giving than selfish, right? And selfishness typically feels like, hey, I'm not going to worry about me today because I'm going to worry about you. And so we sacrifice, we stay late hours, we work harder, we work longer, we do more, right, than we even required to do. We even do more than what we get paid for. Wouldn't you agree with that? If you agree, please say yes, by the way. If you agree with that, please say yes. I haven't been interactive, and I apologize for that. Again, if you have, then that's what happens, right? And we know this. And so the purpose of us getting back time is really so that we can leverage it and become better, to make more money, to do bigger things. Like on Thursday, I'm going to talk about building $1 million business with less clients. What does that mean? Less clients means what? More time. Wouldn't you agree with that? If you agree, please say yes. And if you're here live, comment live, please. I'd love to hear you, and make sure you are here. So if that's the case, by the way, there you go. Cool. I can touch it. All right. What about your needs? What about you? Let's talk about you for a minute, right? So when I got into this business, I did everything. I don't know about you guys, but I did everything. I changed the paper in the printer. I cleaned the bathrooms. I did the taxes. I hung up the signs. I put out the banners. I turned on the open sign, right? I ordered the supplies. I paid the employees. I did the scheduling. I did it all. And I'm not complaining. I'm just telling you, I had to do it all. And all of those things, honestly, are part of the process. But how much of that was wasted time? Like, how much of that was time that I gave away and can't get back. And today, like, how much do I want to take back and use for me, right? Use for me. So Thursday, by the way, on Thursday, I'm going to talk about this. Like, how do we get more time? How do we get that in the business because of the things that we're doing? Thursday at 4 o'clock, I'm going to talk about that. But here, I mean, how many of us today are like pressed for time right now? Even watching this video has been hard for you. Even watching the replay is hard for you because somebody's calling for your attention. It's either your family, which is your children, your spouse, significant other. Somebody is saying, come pay attention to me. If it's Facebook or it's Instagram or TikTok, well, everybody's fighting for your attention, right? And so what about you, right? Why aren't you, just to be clear, putting yourself as a priority? And it's because creating time typically creates sacrifice. And I think about sacrifice today as the ability for us to say, I don't want to do this so I can do this. And that's a sacrifice. And we do that every day. And sometimes we sacrifice more for others, like I mentioned, than for ourselves. So how do I get you today to be more mindful of the things you are sacrificing? Because if you really want to build $1 million business, 7 figures and beyond, you have to understand that the sacrificing of time isn't really the problem. So I'm not here to tell you, hey, you got to give up this so you can get that. I'm not going to say give up Netflix so that you can get this or any of this. What I really want you to get is that we need to start thinking about things as a priority. And priorities typically follow attention. Your attention is given to something that's priority. Wouldn't you agree? If you agree that your priorities are your attention, say yes, right? Say yes. Comment yes below. Because I know for a fact when I have my attention to something, it becomes my priority. Like when I spend time with my wife, like I know it's hard sometimes because we have to put down our phones, but when she says, give me your attention, right? Pay attention to me, then she becomes my priority at the moment. You see that? And then my priorities become more focused and I can give more attention. And that attention becomes very, very, very powerful because I believe, by the way, the more attention you give to something, the more likely it is to succeed, as in marriage, as in relationships, as in business. The more attention that I can give to a client, the more opportunities we can stay together forever. So how much attention can you give if you're doing thousands of returns every year? How much attention can you give to someone if you do thousands of returns every year? Well, you would say, well, you just leverage people. You have a bunch of employees. They all take care of the tax returns and we're all good. But how much of that is real attention? And the honest truth is probably less than 20%, less than 20%. Why is that? Because many of us will just do it as a business. It's a transaction. It's not even a relationship. It's a transaction. And because we do this, just to be clear, we cause ourselves to go through all of the pain of losing customers and gaining customers, and losing customers and gaining customers. And we never keep customers for life, like I mentioned. Talked about this yesterday, the talking of life, how we built lifetime customers, right? Why it's important to think about the millions, the 7-figure growth, right, that you're going to get, and how it really has been a challenge for everyone in this business, and how, honest to God, I thought I was different from everyone else, but I'm not. I'm the same. Business is the same, and I can help you, right? So here's the end result, right? We know that if we make things a priority, things will become priorities. So, right? So what I want to ask you to do is to quit the habit of I'm losing myself here, to build a habit of keeping more of your time, to keep the habit of building more of your time. And I ask you to do this because today clients are asking for your attention. Yesterday, for an example, I had an email from somebody who said, hey, David, I would love for you to file an extension for 30 of my clients. And they're clients not in the tax business. They're just clients that they're doing some things for. I think they're booking me, actually, now that I think about it. And they said, hey, we'd like to file 30. And I said, okay, cool. Here's my price. I didn't get an email for a few hours. Then I finally get an email at night saying, we have come to the consideration that we've come to the determination that we don't necessarily, we can't afford what you're charging. And, we really thank you for your time. And I said, I'm wishing you success. Good luck. Bye-bye. Now you're probably wondering, well, why would I turn away so many clients? It was literally, I think, 30 clients. The truth is, it was going to consume a lot of my time and my team's time. And for the price that I was charging, I was willing to do it. But if they're not willing to pay it, I don't want to do it. You see how that worked? Now I bought my time back, even though I lost a few $1,000, or I didn't even lose it because they didn't give it to me. I didn't make the two or $3,000 or $4,000, whatever it was. It's okay, because I put priorities on me and my team and our value and the things that we need to do because it was going to take time away from other customers to do this. Why not focus on the ones that are willing to take care of us by paying us what we're worth? You see how that works? So what I want to challenge you to do today, what I'm challenging you all to do today is to steal back some of that time you've allowed for people to steal from you. Stop allowing people who don't value your time to steal it, who don't care about your time to steal it. You see, I have people call me all the time trying to steal my time. Telemarketers call me, friends call me, family calls me, people call me, and they try to take my time. They're like, David, give me your attention. David, give me your attention. You know, there comes a time and place where you've got to get rid of the time wasters and focus on people who are willing to value your time. See how that works? And on Thursday, 4 p.m., I'm going to cover this in great detail. How do you get paid for what you're worth, right? How do you get paid what you are worth? This is an important part of business today, more importantly in service-based businesses, because if you're not at the top and you're not at the bottom, meaning you're not charging the most and you're not charging the least, you are in the middle. And in the middle, nobody knows who you are. Nobody will remember you. You have no value. And I say that not to disrespect you, but just to tell you, in the middle, everything's the same. You are a commodity. I can get it down the street or I can get it with you. When you charge the most or when you charge what you're worth, what happens is you become a category of one, you become the leader in the market, and people are willing to pay you because they value you, because there's something different about you. See how that works? So Thursday, we're going to cover this in depth. If you haven't already signed up for that training, this Thursday, 4 p.m., this Thursday, 4 p.m. CST, in this group, free training for you who are wanting, those of you who want to grow your tax business to 7 figures and beyond with less than 500 clients. This is a training that you can't miss. You have to get to this event. I promise you it's going to be worth every second, not every penny, because you're not investing anything. You're investing your time, which I am fighting for. Make you a priority today. Make you a priority today. Now, if you like the content that you hear today from me, I encourage you, if you'd like to get on a strategy call with me so I can go deep with you and figure out exactly what it is that's going on in your business, how we can help you scale and grow, please get this link. We're going to put it in the chat. And last but not least, let me make sure that's still there. Is it there? I thought we had it in this slide. I guess not. We also have, and we'll put it in the chat, if you guys are interested in the VIP session on Thursday, I'm actually having a VIP session. If we can get that up, Ian, we're having a VIP session with you. Anybody who wants to join a VIP session right after the training, the free training, there is a VIP session in a Zoom room immediately following the event. And that's going to be an exclusive training where you can go deep with me and ask your questions, maybe things that maybe you couldn't ask during the general session or didn't get answered, things that we can talk and go deeper on, like, you know, things about pricing or strategy or things that are specific to your business. We're going to answer those questions, excuse me, live. And so if you want to get deep and go and talk about your business specifically, 2 ways to do it: either get on a strategy session or get into that one-on-one or that small group mastermind. So let me look and see if I have any comments here. I feel like I have a bunch of comments, but I didn't get to see them. And that's why I'm looking at my phone, by the way. If you have a comment or like to share something, there you go. Hey, everybody. I see some of you. Thank you so much. And I see some of you still watching. Thank you so much for watching. I'm watching you. If you have a question or you have something you'd like to share with me, please comment here. I'd love to hear it. All right. Now, last thing I'm going to end with today, okay? I'm going to give you this secret, okay, to get some of your time back, because I believe that in order for you to grab your time back, you have to have a plan to take your time out of the equation. So what I've done, this has just been something I've done over the last like maybe 3 or 4 years, which has truly, genuinely helped me get better at managing my time and stops and forces people not to steal my time, is during what I do chunks or blocks of time. And what I do is typically in the morning, like between, let's say 4 a.m. when I wake up to about 7 or 8 in the morning, I block out all notifications on my phone. So nobody could get a hold of me. Nobody could talk to me. Nobody can work with me because I'm at my peace time. Then between 8 and 9, again, I don't do anything but just check my emails. Between 9 and 10, I meet with my teams. From 10 to 11, I will take, let's say, meetings. At 12, I'm done. Like on my calendar, at 12, I am at lunch. Now, it's not because I'm very strict on my diet. It's because I have detailed days out where I leave for this time, I go to lunch this time, I go to bed this time. And I know that's kind of hard for some people when they have busy lifestyles, but let me tell you something. The reason that I started doing that is because too many people started stealing my time. People would ask me to go to dinner, but they would do it at 8 o'clock and I would accept that. And then I'd get home at 10, 11, and I would be tired the next day. So I started to say, if anybody asks me for dinner, it's 6:30 and that's it. Right. And I made these rules for me. So here's a tip, right? Start making rules. I go to sleep at this time. I start waking up at this time. I go to lunch at this time. And once you get those things in order, now you have some structure. I only take calls between this time and this time. I only take meetings between this time and this time. I meet with my team from this time to this time. I only do taxes from this time to this time. And you start forcing everybody to get on your calendar only. And the moment that you start forcing people to get on your calendar, what you have now done is you've shown them that you respect your time. And when you start showing people that you respect your time, they will start respecting your time too. See how that works? So I hope this helps you today. And the tips, if you haven't got into our strategy session with me, go to the link below or click on that link. If you'd like to get to our VIP session, but more importantly, get to our event on Thursday at 4 p.m. CST, where I promise I'm going to go deep and I'm going to go hard on sharing with you how to do a $1 million business with less than 500 customers, which is pretty profound because I'm telling you right now, not very many people can do it, but I know you can. So please get registered. Click on the link below. I'm excited to have you. I'm very thankful again to be able to present to you each and every day. Tomorrow we'll be here again. Thursday I'll be here again. Friday I'll be here again, just to be clear. You know why? Because I value this group so much at a high level. I really appreciate you. I'm really thankful for you. But more importantly, I want to give more value to the world than is ever given to me. I wish some of the things that somebody's telling me today, that I'm sharing with you today, rather, I wish somebody would have shared it with me. I wish somebody would have helped me about 10 years ago when I was lost and confused and didn't know how to market, didn't know how to build a brand, didn't know how to build a culture, didn't have a team. I wish somebody would have just said, hey, let me help you. And unfortunately, I didn't get a lot of those hands, so I had to learn a lot of things the hard way. But that's why I can be here today sharing these things with you. So I wish you nothing but health, wealth, success, but most importantly, freedom, guys. I'll see you on Thursday at 4 p.m. CST. Bye-bye.